You recently moved your family back here. Why was it important for you to have PJ and your younger children grow up in Chicago's basketball culture, and what makes that culture so special?
Coming back here, it just means a lot. It's the foundation to who I was as a person, and I'm trying to build or help my kids build their foundation and have an infrastructure and this ability here, having my family, having my wife's family, everybody here, so that the kids, if we can't make it to an event, somebody else can or pick them up or whatever it is. But I feel like it helps with character coming back here. Even the weather, it builds your character in a way where you learn how to. I was telling my kids, even walking into a building, you turn your back towards the wind and you walk backwards into a building. Certain things that you learn in cold weather or cold conditions that helps you build, like I said, the character and the people. Like growing up here, it's a lot of tough love, but at the same time, it helps you in the long run.
Your own journey took you from Beasley to Murray Park to Simeon. How did Chicago help shape you?
Like I said, the tough love. I got a lot of tough love when I was younger, but I understood that it came from a passionate place whenever people did talk to me in like a stern way, like my brothers or mentors or coaches. Whenever I knew that they were like yelling at me or getting on me, it came from a place where they wanted me to be great, and I was just doing good at the time.
How seriously did you take the responsibility of representing the city of Chicago? It felt like you got what you meant to this city.
Yeah, I know how important the city. It's me. It's me, man.
Right.
I am the city. It's so much courage you got to show just being here, and other places you might not need to show courage at your early age like that, but Chicago and certain places you have to show courage at an early age to be able to like move ahead. And Chicago forced me to. It's some place, yeah. It come to you. It's not somewhere you have to wait on. So once I understood that, it just made me on point and more aware of what can go on in the world in any given moment. So it's just like on the court, you got to be ready to adapt. And I feel like Chicago, it's groomed me in a way to be able to be aware of the little nuances that go on in the world.
I watched this scene play out before every home game. You'd blow a kiss to your mother, Brenda, sitting up in a suite.
Yeah.
What did family mean to you, and how important were they to your success?
It meant a lot this whole time. I mean, this is who I am. Is like my mom raised me. She raised me with the manners that I have. And my brothers. My brothers, I look up to my brothers as father figures. My oldest brother, I feel like it's the cool. I got the coolest oldest brother in the world, Wayne. He don't get that much shine, but he's perfect to me in a way. He's the example of, now that I'm married, I look up to him as like being like the perfect husband, because in my mind, he can't do no wrong. So for me, I have great examples. My mom, everybody's they made sure they were there in my life. My family made sure that they were there, or if I needed support, they made sure that they was always there. And I was just happy to be in the situation and being able to be focused. And they allowed me to be weird, but at the same time be focused and work on my craft.
How do they allow you to be weird?
I was the kid that always used to be by myself, as if like I was the only kid. My brother that's above me, he's 7 years older than me, so he didn't want to hang with me like that. So I was always in the house. I was the youngest kid in the house, or the only kid in the house at the time before my little cousin came. They allowed me to live in my own space. So whenever I was playing by myself, you know how every house has a drawer where there's batteries, gadgets, and all.
Yeah,
just throw a trunk drawer. I was always going to the junk drawer and seeing if I could put things together. And they'd laugh at me knowing that I couldn't do anything with none of the pieces. But whenever I was bored, that's something I always try to do.
Back to your mother for a second. After you won MVP, she gave me one of the best quotes of all time. She said, I asked her about your humility.
Yeah.
And she said, if Derrick's head ever gets too big, I'm going to hit him upside of it.
I heard that a lot. But yeah, I never wanted, my mom was real big on karma. So when I was younger, I used to always hear her say certain things happen because of karma. And she kind of instilled that in me, where it's like, all right, I'm not perfect, but at the same time, whatever you put out is what you will get back. So I'm very aware of that.
I remember on the night you were drafted, your longtime close friend Randall Hampton said it changed all of your lives. What did that moment mean to you to be selected #1 by your hometown franchise
It
and to
did.
your family and to your friends?
It really did. I mean, we had a bunch of moments like that where, thank God, we're very fortunate to have moments like that. But the first time that he said that, it was true. We wanted success right away. We wanted like all the tricks in the trade. All we wanted everything right away. But at the same time, we know that we had to put in the work. So that summer, right after the draft, we went right out to LA and we worked the entire time with Westbrook, and we curated something special out there by our work ethic, our consistency, and us pushing each other to like be great. And Randall was in the gym with us along with DJ and Rob Mack.
When you look back at your NBA career, what are some of the memories that stand out to you the most?
Being nervous before every game, not being able to sleep the night before every game, really, the anxiety, the pressure or the burden of wanting to play a perfect game within a structure that's not meant to be played perfect. Like, it was stress. It was a lot of stress. But at the same time, being from Chicago, I think I was built for it.
That's amazing. I mean, it seems like you focus on the stress. I mean, there's happy memories too, but that kind of speaks to the standard you held yourself to.
Yeah, only if people knew. Only if people knew. Where even towards the end of my career, I was still holding myself to a certain expectation, even though I was only playing like 6 or 7 minutes. It was still as if I was prepping as if it was the playoffs. And that's one of the reasons why I retired too. I got tired of it.
What about some of the happy on-court memories, or like specific plays
happy.
or
Every time I
wins?
played, it was happy. That feeling wasn't until that feeling I had was until the ball jumped up. Then after the tip, that went away, and it was time to play. However I felt prior to that tip off, I never felt that again into the next game.
You were always so about the team and your teammates. But how did like having teammates from all over the world with different perspectives, how did that influence you both then and now?
I was very fortunate to have cool teammates, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the guys that I used to like really be cool with, and it's no knock on like the American guys, but the guys I were really cool with, they were like European players or guys that were overseas. That's who it was easier to break the ice in the conversation with like foreigner players than American players in a way, if that may sound.
A little bit.
Yeah. It seemed like the foreign players always had more questions about, or the dialogue was a lot different than when I would talk to like the American players or older American players when I was younger in the league. It was like they were asked questions, but the older guys like Drew Gooden, he'd be like, all right, bro, why you asking all these questions, bro? Like, like, you know what I mean? Older, your foreigners not asking that or giving you that answer. They're going to talk to you the whole time. So that's why me and Lou got cool. That's why me and Joe got cool. Me and Kurt, when we first came, it was kind of a competitive type thing because the same position.
Right.
Then he kind of like eased up once he seen that I put in the work or I was a hard worker. Kind of eased up and he went to straight mentorship, in which I understood that. But yeah, that's probably what it was. American players, it's more like competitive. Then when you talk to a foreigner, it's like, all right, they're trying to come over here and fit in, so they have to be a little bit more friendly.
60 years, this franchise, that's how old it is. Jerry Sloan, Bob Love, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and now Derrick Rose. You're the 5th jersey to ever be retired in 60 years, and it's your hometown. How do you think you arrived at this moment?
A lot of sacrificing and chess gambit moves to be able to put myself in a position to be where I'm at right now. I ain't win a championship, but I feel like I gave my all. Or with the teams that we play here, we feel like we all gave our all, and that's how we got in this position. Like I said, we didn't win one, but we came pretty close. And now when I look back at it, I look at like MJ and all the people that was before me. They had no regrets. Like MJ got no regrets. It seemed like whenever he talks or whenever he do interviews, it's like I could speak this way because I know that this is the future, and in the past, I did everything I could do. I I maxed out every day. Every practice, I feel like I gave as much as I could. Every game, I probably could have did more, but for the majority of my career, for the most part, I feel like I went out and tried to win every game.
Your work ethic and commitment to improve and
Yeah.
overcome adversity define your basketball career. How have those traits carried over into like some of your business ventures and passions?
It's similar, but at the same time, I'm having to make a transformation myself to be able to look at myself or to see myself as a businessman. But basketball helped me like so much with the discipline, with having to be consistent, with being persistent, with having to work as a team. Because when you do build a team, everybody's opinions and suggestions is going to be different. So how can everybody come to a common like goal or common answer or whatever it is to figure out, all right, how can we move forward in the right direction? And I feel like we've been doing a great job with the partners that I picked and with how strategic we've been moving so far since the retirement.
You've got the Chestival tournament out in Vegas. Talk to us about those interests and passions.
Freestyle chess is ran by Jan, Magnus, Thomas, and Jason out of New York. They created freestyle chess. They took the paradigm from Bobby Fischer's 1996 chess 𝗦𝗎cie, I think, and they renamed it freestyle chess. So I partnered with freestyle chess and I created a paradigm within freestyle chess called Chestival that within that we did one in Vegas and hopefully we'll have the next one at the Garden MSG or the Hulu Theater there. And it will be focused on kids or women. So I dove into chess because I seen that the kids were getting paid what they were supposed to get paid, and talking to national players, and they were saying like how they traveled, their parents spent like $1,500 on a trip, and you just get a trophy at the end and a certificate, and that's it. And it's like you paid $2,000 on the whole trip, you know. So that interest or that intrigued me to want to like go out and try to put money into it, in which I partnered with Magnus. In our tournaments, you probably can win a total of like 1.5 from like if you plan all four tournaments or 5 tournaments, probably 1.5 to 2 million.
Why the Rose Shop?
When I think about flowers, I think about like the 3 pillars that within myself that I want people to see. And it's growth, it's legacy, and being authentic. And so being authentic, I always felt like I always myself, the legacy part, adding the flowers to it so that anybody in my family that wants to like hustle or work, you always got a place to do that, a safe haven. And the growth part is all about the transformation where I felt like basketball was holding me back in a way towards the end of my career. I wanted to show how creative I was. I wanted to show some of the paradigms that I was working with and just show people how I feel like I'm an artist. But once again, I'm not saying that in a crass way, but I felt like basketball held me to like certain boundaries.
You're still not 40. Are you excited about what's next? And what is next?
I don't know what's next, but every day has been something different and it's been very intriguing. Like interesting to see when I do get up and hear the business deals or business talks that I have to talk about. But I place myself in this position to thrive. The transformation that I made was I'm reading more, and I want to be able to talk about that. Like the reason why I'm able to talk to you this way is because I stepped up my reading, and that's something that kids need to hear. Where if you do ask, like, man, what changed in them? He's talking different, reading. That's what's different.
Legacy is such a big and powerful word. What do you want yours to be for not only yourself, but for your friends, your family, and for your hometown of Chicago?
I just want to be labeled as a winner. That's the parallel that I get from basketball. Because winning is giving. Once you win on the team, once again, the team atmosphere, you win on the team, you take care of everybody. Winning takes care of everything. Wherever you like cars, wherever you travel, whatever you like, winning takes care of that. And I'm trying to do the same thing in this world where a dub may be what you saw with the pop-up shop. That's a dub for me. Having 300 people pop up or show up, be in the cold in Chicago, freezing, no heat out there, and they show love for an hour, 2 hours just standing and just to meet me. To me, that's a dub. I gotta take that as a win, and hopefully, next year we improve that. We have heaters for them. We have, I'm serious. You keep tweaking it, adapting it so that you make it more comfortable for the experience. And yeah, that was where my mind was. But winning, I want to be, the legacy is to be winning on and off the court, and everybody around me, not only me, everybody around me winning.
What will it be like for you to look up in the rafters and see your name and your jersey up there?
I really don't know. Probably cry a little bit, probably cry every time. But once again, it's not me. It's for everybody that paid for a ticket, everybody that watched the game, everybody that snuck to games or whatever it was, whatever quagmire moment you had that night to watch me play. I appreciate it. And it's not only for me, it's for us. We're going up into the rafters.
Yeah, did you feel like you were kind of representing the city of Chicago every time you played on?
Every time. I mean, that's the way that I played. I felt like I played both sides of the ball, in which people only talk about the one side, like the offense. So I guess my defense couldn't have been that bad.
Well, Tibbs thought it was.
I know Tibbs probably the only one that would call me out, but seriously, my peers and nobody never called me a cone
Right.
on the other end. So it made me feel like I competed in a way. And that's all I wanted, was to be able to go into a room with my peers, no matter how many in there, hundreds in there, and say that I competed against all you guys, no matter who you were, at the same level. Like I didn't duck no I didn't hide. I played against everybody the same way.
When you look back at the arc of your career and life to this point, I mean, where you came from to this honor that will be in the rafters for all time, do you ever just say this such an amazing journey? What do you say when you look back at it all?
I just thank God. Thank God. And I know it's a lot of kids out there that's like going through stuff, or like going through turmoil, it's a lot. The economy messed up. It's a lot. But my life alone showed me that like God is real. That the universe, whoever watching over me, is real. It's a real thing. That alone. Like it's no way that I made it out of Inglewood. I didn't touch a gun, not one time while I was over there. And I made it out. That's God.
Well, it's an amazing honor. It's a well-deserved honor. We really appreciate your time today, Derrick, and appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.